Printer ink costs $12,000 per gallon. Human blood, $1,500. A gallon of Dom Perignon, $3,400. Liquid gold? Depends on the day, but ink still wins. And here is what makes this truly insane. The ink inside that cartridge costs about 23 cents to manufacture. You probably own a printer. Most households do. And at some point, you have had this exact experience. You buy a printer for $50, it works fine for a few months, and then you need ink. You go to the store. A set of replacement cartridges costs more than the printer itself. In one viral video, a guy found his black ink cartridge was listed at $105. The same printer, brand new, with cartridges included, $47. That's not an accident. That is the business model. HP, Canon, and Epson control more than 80% of the printer market, and they have collectively built one of the most aggressive pricing traps in consumer electronics. They sell you the printer at a loss. Then they lock you into buying their ink at a markup that would make a pharmaceutical company blush. This strategy has a name. Economists call it the razor and blades model. King Gillette popularized it in 1901. Sell the razor handle cheap, make the money on replacement blades. Printer companies took that concept and weaponized it. HP's printing segment generated $17.3 billion in revenue in 2024. Their CEO, Enrique Lores, said on camera that HP loses money on every printer it sells. Every single dollar of profit comes from ink and toner. But here's where it gets aggressive. Unlike Gillette, whose customers could at least buy off-brand razor blades, HP started a war to make sure you cannot use anyone else's ink. Starting in 2016, HP rolled out something called Dynamic Security. These are firmware updates pushed to your printer over the internet. When they land, they do one thing: detect whether your ink cartridge was made by HP. If it was not, your printer stops working. The class action lawsuits described these firmware updates as, and this is a direct legal quote, acting as malware. HP paid $1.5 million to settle one of those lawsuits in 2018. Part of the agreement, they would stop doing it. They did it again in 2022. Let's follow the actual money. A standard ink cartridge retails for $30 to $60. The manufacturing cost, according to industry insiders, between $2 and $5. Some estimates put it even lower. One former tech support employee who had access to manufacturing records said the cost was 23 cents per cartridge. That is a profit margin north of 2,000%. But raw markup is only half the story. Consumer Reports found that more than 50% of the ink you purchase never reaches a printed page. Your printer burns through ink during automatic maintenance cycles, cleaning the print heads, calibrating colors. And here's a detail that should make you furious. Many printers use cyan ink even when you are printing in black and white. Your cartridge also has a chip inside it. That chip communicates with your printer. It reports how many pages you have printed, and when that chip hits a hard-coded limit, your printer will tell you the cartridge is empty, even if there is ink left inside. This is not a theory. People have cut open empty cartridges and found them a quarter to a third full. HP's supplies revenue in 2023 was $11.4 billion from ink and toner alone. In 2024, HP's CEO went on CNBC and said the quiet part out loud. His exact words, HP's long-term goal is to make printing a subscription. This is not hypothetical. HP already runs a program called Instant Ink. You pay a monthly fee, $5.99 gets you 100 pages. Your printer monitors your usage, phones home to HP's servers, and automatically ships new cartridges when you run low. Sounds convenient. Here is the catch. If you cancel your subscription, HP remotely disables the cartridges inside your printer, even if they are full, even though you paid for them. Your printer becomes a paperweight until you buy new non-subscription cartridges from a retail store. One user's post on the HP support community had a title that went viral: "My printer is extorting me." When journalists asked Loris why HP blocks third-party ink, he claimed, on camera, that hackers could embed viruses inside printer cartridges. HP even commissioned a bug bounty to prove it. The result? The attack they demonstrated could not spread beyond the printer itself. It posed zero risk to any computer or network. He also called people who use third-party ink bad customers. Here is the thing no one tells you. You do not have to play this game anymore. Epson launched its EcoTank line in 2015. Canon followed with MegaTank. Brother has its investment system. These printers use refillable ink tanks instead of cartridges. You pour in a $12 bottle of ink that lasts for thousands of pages. The math: a traditional inkjet costs you $50 up front and hundreds, sometimes over $1,000, in cartridges over 5 years. An Epson EcoTank costs $350 up front and about $4 in ink per year. Total 5-year cost, $370. The cartridge model is not broken. It is working exactly as designed. It was just never designed for you. If you think the printer ink racket is ruthless, wait until you hear what happened with light bulbs. In 1924, the world's biggest manufacturers got together and agreed to make their products die faster. That story is next. Follow Mundane Markets for more hidden economics.